This is a Toy Spot review on Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Sentinel. I have to say that this is by far my favorite Build-A-Figure of all of them. There was Galactus, there was Giant Man, there was Apocalypse, I think. Yeah, there was Apocalypse. I think it was only about four large Build-A-Figures, and then after that they got to the smaller size. There was Onslaught, there was Mojo. Eventually, when the brand left Toy Biz, then they came out with like Red Hulk and all those different Build-A-Figures. But by far, this is my favorite Build-A-Figure. If you ask me, I mean, it makes perfect sense that this was the first Build-A-Figure. Just because, I mean, who doesn't want a Sentinel? I mean, if you collect the Marvel Legends, who doesn't want a Sentinel in the background, or who doesn't want 5 or 6 of them? I only have one, but that may change. In the way of the figure, and I'll get a closer look for you, give you guys a closer look. There is a hell of a lot of detail that was put into the figure itself. I mean, the face perfectly captures what the Sentinel looks like. You can see there's little mechanisms and little gears and stuff in his face. That carries over into his arms as well, and great paint that was applied to the figure. It's got like almost like a weathered, worn, like an industrial look to it, which is really nice. And he's got these shoulder pads that kind of flop around, but the head does turn well. It almost seems like there is movement, even though all around, even though I think it only moves left and right. There is articulation in the waist and in the torso, in the legs, the knees, in the foot. There's articulation in the shoulders, the elbows, the hands, and they've even taken the liberty of articulating the individual fingers. So I mean, you get a wide range of movement in the Sentinel figure here. You'll also notice there's little holes. There's a hole in both hands here, and then the idea with it is there's a almost like similar to Omega Red. There's like a tendon, like a grappling cable kind of thing that came from his hand. Unfortunately, I don't know where mine has gone to. It's somewhere around here. I don't know. I don't know where the hell I put it, but a great figure. Now, unfortunately, now that I've discussed it, the downsides to the figure, for one thing, some of the, now being that this is a Build-A-Figure, of course all the parts go in and you got the arms separate, the torso is separate. Some of the parts don't go in all that well. I mean, I find my waist feels like it's going to come apart, and it is rather loose in the torso area here, but that's not so bad. My biggest problem though with the figure is, and for those who own a Marvel Legend figure, any Marvel Legend figure, you know that you'll get the odd one where the leg just won't sit right, and you have to figure out where the pivot on the ball joint is so that you can turn the leg so you don't break the leg off. As a result, my leg doesn't sit well on the Sentinel. I actually bought this. I didn't build this figure myself. I bought this at a convention. I bought this at a convention, and the gentleman said he only had one Sentinel, and I picked this up and I thought, okay, I'm getting a good one. And when I looked at it and I got home, I realized that it kind of leans to the one side, and I've tried getting the ball joint corrected so the leg sits straight. It doesn't sit all that well for me, so mine does kind of lean to the side. And I just also want to point out something. After I bought this figure from the guy, I might have only paid 20 bucks for it, so I can't complain too much, but the guy swore to me that it was the only one he had, and I paid for it, and then I walked around the convention, and then when I walked back to his table, sure enough, what does this guy have? He's got another Sentinel. So the guy's a no good, dirty bastard. But needless to say, I love this figure. I mean, by far, this is my favorite Build-A-Figure. It's actually even one of my favorite Marvel Legends figures. I can't say enough good things about it. It's just a shame that the joints don't cooperate all that well a lot of the time. Just to give you guys a scale comparison here, I'll take my classic Spider-Man and I'll put him down on the table here. And if we just pan down, there we have a, what, 6.5 inch Spider-Man Classics figure. So I mean, he is of to scale. It's unfortunate, like the Galactus isn't of scale because, you know, he's a devourer of planets, but I would say that the Sentinel does a good job of being accurate to scale. I think maybe if I happen to come across another couple of these for a good price, I might get a couple of more of these, because they look really well. They show well on the shelf, especially if you've got other Marvel Legends you can show off with them. But definitely want to give it 2 thumbs up, not 1, but 2 thumbs up. You definitely want to pick this up if you see it for a good price. And they're a little harder to come by now just because, you know, it's an older toy. And I can't remember what wave this was, but it certainly is an older Toy Biz wave of Marvel Legends. But if you can find it at a dealership or at a convention, definitely want to pick it up. There you have just a toy spot on Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Sentinel. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.